Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Ben Morales, and I am super happy to be back home in my state of Illinois after about a week and a half on vacation. But while I was on vacation, I did make a couple of videos, and on the last video, which was titled Discover How Velocity Banking Can Increase Your Cash Flow Instantly, I talked about this particular scenario, and in that video, I showed how we increased their cash flow. And then I said that I was going to show this week how you could actually implement the velocity banking strategy. And what we're going to try to find out is how long it took them to pay off the debt. And we also want to find out what was the cost for them to do so. So really, let me just quickly recap. And the steps that we took on the last video was to completely consolidate all the debts that they have. So part of their expenses is all these dollar amounts that's actually going out from their checking account on a monthly basis to meet the needs of these obligations. So that is not functional, that is not efficient. So we need to look at a different way to start paying off debt. And so that's what I want to encourage you. You have to think out of the box, right? Don't just go by what the banks tell you. Don't just go by what the experts tell you, right? Look for different ways to more quickly and efficiently pay off debt. Now, because these debts are part of their expenses, they are paying these debts off throughout the course of the month. So whenever the credit card number one is due, they're paying 400, credit card number two, the same thing, and so on and so forth. Now, why they're paying so much towards their credit cards is because they are trying to meet two goals that they have. The first goal is they want to pay off all the credit by November of this year, 2025. They also want to pay off the loans that they have by the middle of 2027. So they're hoping to eliminate this debt in a 2-year time frame, more or less. But with the new strategy that we put in place by consolidating all of this debt that they currently have and leveraging a PNC home equity line of credit, right, with a special promotional rate of 0.25 for 6 months, they're going to more quickly and efficiently be able to eliminate this debt in a very, very short amount of time. Now, this is the key thing, because the client asked me, well, if we consolidate our debt, don't we still have to pay it back? And that is a valid question. That is most definitely true. The debt does not go away. So part of this 273,159 debt is the 11,159 that they had of this particular debt. But what we're doing is we're repositioning it, right? We're going to consolidate it. We're going to put it inside a home equity line of credit that they are going to get approved for. Now, because of how a home equity line of credit works, so how it's structured, it is a revolving line of credit, meaning as payments are made into that line of credit, the amount of the payment that you make into the line of credit then becomes available for you to reuse again. So instead of leaving money in a checking account doing absolutely nothing but allowing the bank to go ahead and invest it in things on your behalf, right, and pay you interest on it, it's better to take that cash flow, right, that money that you have there sitting in the bank, and put it into the home equity line of credit so that it will serve you more efficiently. Now, here's what that looks like. They're still going to be getting income throughout the course of the month, but when they consolidate their credit card and loan debt and place it into the home equity line of credit, they will now have a balance in the home equity line of credit of 11,159. But because every single month they are going to place the entirety of their income into the home equity line of credit, right, that is going to count toward payments. And for this particular family, right, both of them get paid twice a month, which means you have two individuals making payments twice a month, right? So it's 4 payments technically total into the particular line of credit. Those payments equal $7,748. And we know that those payments are actually income. So they deposit their income into the home equity line of credit, and then throughout the course of the month, they start to pay down their expenses. But if you look at it here, because now these expenses are not being made to 4 other accounts on a monthly basis, these expenses now have gone down because they are staying inside of their income for a longer period of time. So now they are making only $5,753 of expenses throughout the course of the month. And what we're doing is we're also adding back the interest, the cost of interest for them to maintain $11,159 throughout the course of the month. So when we do that, this is month number 1. And what we're doing is we're going to calculate how long this is taking. Month number 1, income is going in. Their expenses, which are now a lot lower, is $5,753, and $2.48 is the total cost of interest with that home equity line of credit at a promo rate of 0.25. The following month, it's already down to $9,166.48. And we're going to repeat the process. You're going to see here that the income is going in once again, $7,748. But now, with this particular promotion that they have, if the client qualifies, they will also qualify for a $2,000 promo, right? So because they are taking this offer that the bank is giving them, the bank is going to give them an additional check for $2,000 if they qualify based upon where they live. And if that's the case, we can deduct not only the $7,748 in their income, we can also deduct the $2,000 from the promo. And once we add back their lower expenses for that particular month and the interest, look at the balance that's owed at the end of the second month, $5,173.34. Now, we already can see that based upon their income, $7,748, that income is enough to completely eliminate that $5,173 that they owe as a balance. But what I did is I continued the course of action for 1 more month, which is we deducted the income and we added back the expenses and we added also the interest. And the total after 3 months is $3,179.58. And we obviously can see that there is enough income for them to completely eliminate the debt that is owed. We did that in a time frame of 3 months, right? So some of you might say, oh, well, they had a 0% credit card for up until November. Why would they do this and pay interest rate for that time period? Well, you're forgetting that they completely eliminated not just their credit card debt, but they also eliminated the loans that they owed, and they were hoping to finish those loans by the middle of 2027. Now, if we count the interest and we tally it all up, we're looking at what month number 1 was $2.48. Month number 2 was $1.86, and month number 3 was $1.24. When we add all that interest cost up, my question then becomes, would you be willing to pay $5.58 of interest over the next 3 months if you could completely eliminate $11,159 in credit card and loan debt in a 3-month period? I know definitely something that I would do, and I'm sure that if you're trying to pay off debt, you can see definitely the value that's in this and the short time that it will take to do it. But if you find yourself attempting to pay off credit card debt or loan debt like this particular family is doing, and you want an easier way to do this, a way that is more cost efficient and more effective, this is definitely one of the strategies that's going to help you to do that. And remember, what you're doing is just repositioning your cash flow. Don't allow the banks to retain your cash flow, right? Put it to use for you in a home equity line of credit, which is a revolving line of credit, which as you pay it down, you get access to those funds all over again. So with that, this ends this video today. But hey, I want to thank you for supporting the channel, for subscribing, and for sharing the content. Please continue to do so. Please continue to give me any feedback as I try to respond just as quickly as I can. And until the next video, look forward to seeing you once again. Take care and God bless.